Welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Fewer high school students are moving on to higher education. Now, according to a report from the National Student Clearinghouse Research Center, colleges have lost nearly 1.3 million prospective students in just 2 years. I went over to Houston Community College to see what programs they have to offer to people who have decided a four-year program isn't for them.
So, George, for decades here in America, it's been tough for school guidance counselors to tell high school students, well, I don't think college is for you. But now there are alternatives out there where many young people have the opportunity not to hear that sad speech from the guidance counselor, but the opportunity to come to trade schools, to go to Houston Community College. You guys have many programs here, and many of these young people who finish these programs can make a hell of a living.
That's correct. So we do offer a suite of programs here at the institution, like HVAC, plumbing, construction, carpentry, and so forth. And you're right, students can make a great living in the construction trades industry.
And there's a high demand in this country for skilled workers as well, right?
That is correct, yes.
And so are we seeing an influx of students who realize this program is here, or they have to find their way here?
Well, actually, you know, we have a lot of funding for students to come and partake in our institution and our trade program. So there's not a lot of influx of students because they have to find us. So we're asking students in the community, for those that are interested in trade classes, to come to HCC and Houston Community College, because we have an array and a suite of programs, additionally funding that will support their funding needs and training needs.
Now, when you think about a university, you think about a four-year commitment. When you think about HCC, minimum 2-year for an associate's degree. Do you have to do the associate's degree in order to get the trade skills?
Absolutely not. So we offer what we call as a fast-track program here at the institution. Most of our programs in construction trades can be completed within 6 months. So we always encourage students who are interested, not in a traditional 2-year or 4-year institution, to come check out Houston Community College in our fast-track program.
All right, thank you, sir. Now, if I had Jim Gott skills, I could save a lot of money at my house. Man, you guys are in demand as carpenters. The carpentry department, I'm sure you guys are creating a lot of great students out there. But you know, building homes, that's a big business.
It is, and it's really exciting to see that we're in the mix of this today, to have an opportunity for students to be able to get the skills to go out and get a job in a demanding field. Because I think every student that comes out of here has the opportunity to get a job. And we've had a few students in the last year and a half that have gotten a job in the field from the class, which is really exciting. We walk away going, wow, we did something that made a difference. And from having been a carpenter for most of my adult life, to be able to share my skills with students is a pretty fun thing to do.
A very valuable skill as well. Now, how long would it take in a carpentry trade class to complete it, the curriculum?
If you started with the introduction to carpentry and then did framing and residential construction, we're 6 months in that, and that would cover everything you'd need to know to jump into the field and not be a helper on a job. You would come in as a beginning carpenter.
Thank you, sir. Jeff, we would die in Houston if we didn't have people like you.
This is true.
Teaching HVAC.
Yes,
and for those who are not familiar with HVAC, what is that?
It's heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. It's all the aspects of keeping your house comfortable in the wintertime and the summertime, mostly the summertime here in Houston.
And for students or young people looking to get this trade, how important is it in the city of Houston? How big of a demand is it in the city of Houston?
It's a very big demand. And the current workforce right now are aging out. Their average age of workers are about 55 years old. So there's going to be plenty of room for them to come up and fill those positions as people retire.
Make sure you stay with us. We'll have more when we come back. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. Trade schools are an alternative to a traditional university, but they continue to be challenged by the stigma that a trade school is for people who can't make it into college. Not true. Officials at the Houston Community College say that people are still putting in the work. It just looks a little different now.
Now we're in HCC's residential lab, and we came to track down Matt Adams. Matt, you are the guy with the power, literally, electrical power. So tell us, for those young people who are interested in doing electrician work, how can they be a part of your program?
First off, a lot of it depends on what aspect of electricity they want to be in. Our program mainly focuses on 3 short certificates that are 2 semesters long in residential, commercial, and solar. Right now, electricity is the center of the universe.
Absolutely.
Everything runs off electricity.
And I'm surprised when you said solar. That's now a part of your curriculum here.
Yes, sir. I've been teaching the solar classes here personally for about 2 years. And so besides just teaching residential commercial solar, I actually, because it's the way I learned solar was off my wife's van, I actually teach it for smaller systems too, to where you can teach solar, put it on gates, water pumps, vans, boats. It's all scalable. And so you teach the technology, and then they can apply it wherever they want.
For those who go into this industry or this trade, it can be very dangerous.
Yes, sir, it can. My grandpa was a journeyman lineman back in the 40s and 50s, and he said, you know, that field alone, it's extremely dangerous, and this one's even extremely dangerous. But we teach people how to work safely because we're trying to help get it done and get it done safely.
And of course, for those young people who may be watching or wondering, is it a lucrative career for them?
Yeah.
It's all about the money, man.
Oh, it is. And I always love to talk about my success stories, especially my students get the associate degrees. And you know when you pull them out of your hat, you're like, hey, here's this guy or here's this student or whatever. Like one of my students I love to brag on, he got our associate degree. He went out to West Texas. He's working 400 feet in the air on wind turbines. And last year he made 6 figures. And he's 24 years old.
Wow.
I mean, the money's out there. The trades needs young people. I mean, that's what it's going to take to fuel what we want to do for the future, to put electricity on all kinds of different things. We need people to do all the electrical work that's already here, and especially with people moving to Texas, you've got a whole lot of new manufacturing companies that want people to do those things also.
There you go. We appreciate your time. Now we're going to go see your Associate Dean,
Yes.
Dr. Webster over here. A lot of great programs that you guys have put into place to make sure young people have alternatives, options here. How important is it that you educate the future workers who may come from the trade industry?
Yeah. Well, you know, I'll start by saying that almost 50% of the jobs in our region require more than a high school diploma but less than a 4-year degree. So that's our sweet spot, obviously. We train all of those folks. And the demand is so high that the salaries for any of those jobs within that range is extremely high.
And of course, you know, a lot of kids, young people who may be leaving high school, they're wondering about, how do I pay for this? How do I pay for even trade school? Are there programs that are available for those students?
The money that's available for students right now, I mean, there's any of the programs that we have here, you generally will find that you can get them for free in some way, provided you qualify either for a scholarship, state funding that we have, the Workforce Board, Workforce Solutions. There's dollars all over the place for students.
And for those who may be wanting more information about your trade programs, the workforce here, where should they go? Where should they get that information?
Well, the first place I would start is just Google HCC Fast Track. You're going to see all of our programs that are 8 weeks to 16 weeks that are generally paid for through one of the sources I just mentioned. But if you just Google HCC and go on to hccs.edu, you'll find what you're looking for.